It's a movement of inspiration. This is René Corado. René. And René, let me see. I don't have the information.
I think you do.
Where is that information for René? I don't have your information, but you look great. Can you So you're going to share with us a vertebrae zoology and go. Let's go ahead and help us out. This is my first assignment. See?
That was great. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, Board of Supervisors, and especially Supervisor Linda Park, for the invitation to be here today. Also, I don't know how this thing works.
Brian can give you.
Oh, there. I need that. So that is the Motagua River. That's the river that crossed the little village. I was born in Guatemala, a little village of 13 houses. I left that little paradise in 1968 to go to Guatemala City, where my parents took me there when I was 8 years old with my siblings. We were 7. We were so poor that my mother had to sell tortillas, and my father only received $4 a week to pay for the 7 kids that he had, and we were super poor in there. So in the morning, I had to go to school, and in the afternoon, I had to work as a shushan boy. At the age of 8, I was in the streets of Guatemala, where I asked for leftover to take to my siblings, and sometimes that was not enough to take home. So I had to compete with the street dogs and the trash dumps in there to get some pieces of avocado or some pieces of papaya. Guatemala was devastated for civil war, and when I was I was in the middle of the civil war and completely poverty. So I decided that I didn't want my family to grow up in that civil war in there in Guatemala, in that poverty. And I saw that America have the great dream, and everything can be possible in America. I decided to came in here after trying to get a visa that I couldn't get. So I crossed the border without immigration papers, and I came to the United States with no family. I didn't speak the language, and only with the 6th grade of schooling. I did any kind of work and cleaning dishes, and also to work in painting, cleaning houses. And then I found a job as a gardener in the Western Foundation of Vertebrate Zoology Museum, the Bird Museum in Camarillo. I saw the work that they were doing in there, all the biologists work in conservation around the world, and I love the work they did. And so I knew that in America, everything was possible, so I want to be a biologist. I want to be like them to work in conservation. So I decided to go to school and after work and I learned English. After that, I took a regular classes, and now I am a biologist, and I'm in charge of the museum together with my friend, colleague, Dr. René that is here supporting me. It's a great museum there in Camarillo that you guys are invited. I will give you some brochures. Mm-hmm. So the museum sent me to Guatemala to do some conservation work. And I went back to my little village, and I went back to see my beautiful river that I left in 1968 in there. And this is what I found. The river was a trash dump. After the Civil War, that there were nothing left, no structure in there, no processing plants, no trash pickup, and so everything went to the river. So when I saw that, and Dr. Hall and myself, and I would say, we have to work for this river. And people say that you guys are crazy or you are dreamers. And so, yes, I am a dreamer. I accomplished many of the dreams in this great country, and so I said, this can be possible too. So we start knocking doors. The museum start helping, doing work in there, and doing analysis of bird egg contents in there, also analysis of the water, and we were monitoring also all the trash. We start knocking doors for about 15 years, and nobody opened the doors. But we continue. The museum continue. The museum support. And so I keep going. Until last year, the new government started, and I became a friend with the president. And so he said, we want to work together with this. And so we did. So the surprise was that he really did what he said he will do. And he started working in it, and he put the army to work in it. And in December, I was invited to by the Minister of the Environment to be the keynote speaker in there and to see the processing plant. They already put it in place, and so they already put in the army. This army that I was in the civil war in the 80s and 90s, now helping the people. So I was so happy that they put several processing plants already, and now people will benefit with all of this. But then this country not only give me the opportunity to accomplish many dreams as a biologist, but as a writer. I was able to write 2 books. The first one is in Spanish, and the second book is bilingual. It's about my life, how I became successful in America. But then I decide when I see the opportunities here in the United States that I will start a 501(c), a nonprofit organization. Part of the sales of my books go into that organization to help kids in Guatemala, to put them to school, to give them education, because I believe that education is the key to open the door of the dreams. And in Guatemala, what I say is educate, that way you don't migrate. I want the kids to stay in Guatemala. I don't want the kids to migrate here because there's possibilities in there. So in December when I went there, I went to give donations to 150 kids. These kids are still working in the trash dump in Guatemala. The families and them are working in the trash. And so they live with whatever they can collect in the trash, and then they sell it. But in December, after I give them the donation, and instead of having a Christmas gift, their little houses that are made with cardboard, because they live in cardboard houses, that was a fire. All the houses went in fire, and so they lost everything. But the lucky thing is I already paid for the school, so they had that, and the parents were so pleased with that, and so at least they can go to schools. So my foundation put some boxes, some stuff, cloth, and shoes, and blankets, and all of that, and we send it to them. And so next week they will receive at least some help with this foundation I am managing. And so I say that America is a great country. Here, anything is possible. I start from zero. It's not an excuse not to start working for your dreams. I can see that if you really want it, if you really work for them, you can accomplish many of them. And and I didn't come in here because I want to leave my country. No, I didn't want to leave my country. I want to stay there. But because the poverty, the civil war that I was there, make me come in here. But when I come in here, I saw the opportunities. I saw that I can work in here hard, and I can accomplish a lot. I can see that the sky is the limit. I see that if you give the hand to somebody to accomplish their dreams, you are helping yourself. So today I want to really thank all of you for all the work you are doing in a great country, in a great Ventura County. Also, I am putting my little grain of sand and here helping. I am in the board of Oxnard College now, trying to help, and I am in the EOPS, trying to help these people that don't have that much to also to open the door of the dreams. But that is with education. That is with all the hard work that all of you guys are doing together with the community. Thank you very much. And it's not enough time to tell you the whole thing in here, but Hey, you give me an hour, I can do it.
Renee.
So thank you very much, and have a great year.
Renee, I want to thank you. You're really an inspiration to all of us. You're a role model, especially for our children, and also for the American dream. If you can do it, all of us can do it. And I think it's important that we follow your example. And I love what you've done there, with the writing the books for children. And I think it's important that they understand the reason that they should keep their place clean, make sure that the recycle is a health and safety issue, and also for the people to make sure they don't destroy the environment. And dreaming is very important, and that dreams come true for you. And I think it's important that all of us follow your example. And I want to thank you for sharing, and I can see it comes from the heart. Even though I didn't have your resume, but we didn't need that. You did a really good job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you very much, and I hope that many people in here they can see that everything is possible if we work for it. If we don't like where we are right now, let's give a step to the front. That step is not going to take us where we want it, but it's going to take us for where we don't want to be. So let's start now. Today is the day.
Good. I think Supervisor Price.
Yeah, I just also thank you for coming. I have a copy of the book that the author signed, and I will pass it out, but it comes back to me. And it is very inspirational. I'm so glad that you have been able to take yourself from working and sorting trash to meeting the president of the country. How special is that?
Right.
And then to also, of course, help the youth there. And I agree with you. Education is the key. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Supervisor Bennett.
I just would like to thank Supervisor Parks on her last act as the board chair to find such an inspirational speaker here today for us for a moment of inspiration. And thank you for being so inspiring. It's really
Thank you
important
very
for
much.
our young people.
Supervisor Long.
Renee, if you could let our public know about the museum when it's open for the public, for the Bird Museum. It's beautiful. You can see your passion there. I mean, it is an amazing education for our students, for our adults, to really see where their education could go. Not everyone follows the same path. But I do know it's open to the public at certain times. Could you?
Yes, and it's open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. But we are not open to the public every day. You have to make an appointment. Also, we have a tour for the public the second Wednesday of each month at 3:30. Also, the last Friday of each month at 3 o'clock. And also, we have walk-ins. You can call 24 hours ahead, and so you can walk the museum. And it's not a guide tour, but you can walk in there. We have more than 1,000 or 2,000 birds on top of the cabinets. And also, we have 2 open houses. It's May and October. It really is a beautiful place, and I have more than 30 years in there. Like I say, I start from the garden to manage the museum right now, but it's really beautiful. Like you say, yes, all of this comes from the heart because I love the work I do. The work in conservation is great. The work that the museum is doing is great. And so all of you are welcome. I'm going to give some brochures now that you can have more information about the museum.
And then also, if they wanted to get your book, if I recall, that it was there at that museum. We could actually purchase that book if you wanted it.
Yes, it's in there in the museum. There where we sell the books. And also you can find me in all the Facebook in those places and in there. But the museum not only do work in overseas. Also, we haven't been working here in the islands of California and Santa Clara River. We are working in here. We have several projects with endangered bird species that the museum is working in here in California also.
And Renee, the address of the museum, number 1, and number 2, the website for donations?
Yes, the museum address is 439 Calle San Pablo, Camarillo, California, 93012. The telephone number is 805-388-9944.
Calle San Pablo.
Calle San Pablo, yes. And the website is wfbc.org. And so there you can
donate.
Yeah, you can donate in there. So I hope that all of you and the public can make it in there. And again, I really appreciate that. Was an honor to be in here. And so I never thought being a shoe shine that I'm gonna be in a place with great people that I work for the country like you are. Thank you very much.
And Supervisor Parks, thank you again. It was very inspirational, Renee. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's put your hands together. For me.
I think, Linda, that book got lost. I don't know what happened.
You can buy your own.
Thank you so much again. And